What if I told you that the mercenary support system, All Mine, was there before the fires of Ibis on Rubicon 3? And what if I told you Kate Markson was part of a group of hacktivists? After watching and analyzing each of the ending's meanings and debating the possible motivational force, I created several theories I haven't heard discussed among other ravens online. At first glance, the story of Fires of Rubicon looks like a cut-and-dry wooden piece, but after further review, it looks like FromSoft has left a lot of meat on the bone for us to chew. So get ready to hear this crazy theory on what has happened and who is responsible for all these events on the Rubicon. It is not the popular opinion that is posted online, so let's get started. If you know the general story of Armored Core 6, you know that the corporations got a tip of the Coral response on Rubicon 3 from the Hacktivist group Branch. Branch is a hacktivist group that is active in the Rubicon system. As a rule, the branch limits its membership roster to 4 active members, all of whom are free to rotate out of the group at any time. Members are usually highly experienced mercenaries. This is where the loose thread on the sleeve begins to be pulled. This tells me that it's possible that the members of this group could have been a different cast than what we've experienced during our current time on Rubicon. And I believe it was, but who, you might ask? Let's get into a possible member who rotated out from the group fairly recently. Let's start off by saying that I have a theory that All Mine was there at the beginning of the discovery of Coral. That will date All Mine before the fires of Ibis. This theory comes from the third ending of Armored Core 6, as this AI is trying to achieve the Coral release process, which establishes symbiosis between the Coral substance and humanity. A first sample of this can be seen in the arena section of the game under the name of Subject 51015GA. In All Mine's integration program, Phase 3 writes, the Rubicon Research Institute was once the heart of Coral research. There, the Institute's scientists developed ACs that have a distinct focus on the biological analogies between humanity and Coral. Their ACs enable the two to complement each other and evolve in symbiotic harmony. A fascinating approach. This is where my tinfoil hat gets put on, so stay with me. Handler Walter was formerly a scientist in Institute City, along with his mother and father. Unfortunately, he lost both of his parents, his father to madness and his mother undeclared. I think the cause of Walter's mother was that she volunteered to be the first augmented human subject, the first generation, but failed. As you know, Generation 1 augmentation had a success rate of less than 10%. Read from the description of Sula in the arena. Through Walter's father's madness and suffering for his loss, I believe he created All Mind in secret to carry out his ideals of symbiosis with the Coral. Thus why we see All Mind carrying out observations and experiments of its own accord in the arena. Now, what does All Mind have anything to do with the hacktivist group, Branch? Remember that Rubicon 3 was under the control of the PCA forces after the fires of Ibis. The purpose of the PCA was to retain the stability of Rubiconian residency, but started to turn the planet into a prison for the people. An AI system itself controls the PCA, and it wants to achieve stability at all costs. Here's more tinfoil hat time. All Mind needs to conduct more experimentation in order to carry out its master's will. So All Mind uses Kate Markson to aid this hacktivist group with mercenary pilots King and Chartreuse, since their leak and espionage efforts were the catalysts of the invasion of Rubicon 3 after the fires of Ibis. If you think about it, it's a case of AI versus AI system. One is trying to establish stability, and the other is trying to establish chaos. So, what do you think about this crazy theory of mine? I have to admit that you all inspire me with all this lore research, which has driven me to go back to the game to do my own treasure hunting. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment box below. You know, I would love to read and reply to you all, so we can bounce feedback off each other. Be sure to like today's video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, as we talk about Armored Core and all things related. Thank you all for watching, and until then, take care, stay safe, and stay fly ravens.